All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Real quick, man. Hope everybody's having a great NFL Sunday, man. Sunday, y'all know, check me out, man. We going over a lot of games today. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. But before we get to NFL Sunday, your guy, the Big Diesel Superman himself, who now giving the Superman title to Giannis, has called out the super team era. This is an article. There's several articles going on around about this, but this one right here was about Yard Barker, and it's titled "Shaq calls out the NBA super teams era. I would have went to go play with Tim Duncan and Dave Robinson." Shaq in this article is quoted saying, "The words I hate is this new era. We watched the era before us, and we all competed. Guys are getting real lazy, real cute. Then they want guys like me and Big Shot Rob to show them some respect. Trust me, if I knew it was okay to team up with Houston busting my ass in '94, I would have went and played next to Hakeem. I would have went to go play with Tim Duncan and Dave Robinson, but I was like, nope, I'm checking my leaks, licking my wounds, and I want to beat these dudes, and we did. Rob got 7, I got 4, but whenever we saw something, we hate." Let me say this. All right, let me be straight up. First of all, let's get this out the way. Shaq, you was on a super team, my guy. Let me see. Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Gary Payton, Karl Malone. Sound like a super team. Now, and the only reason I'm calling that a super team, because if you're going to call today's Lakers a super team, you got to call that era there a super team too. You got to call them a super team. Now, do this mean that Shaq was in favor of that? I don't know. I mean, I would like to think Shaq was okay with it. That they ran it by him, or maybe not. I'm not sure. So I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say that he was a big fan of super teams, but he played on one. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's be honest. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm not a fan of super teams either. I'm definitely not a fan of super teams, man. I think it takes away. It kind of minimizes the season a little bit. Like, Let's be honest. You see the Brooklyn Nets right now. You know, Harden, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant. That's a super team. All right. If you want to say LeBron, AD, Westbrook, super team. Okay, that's a super team. Even though LeBron is definitely old, but you can call that a super team. But to me, I'm gonna be honest. To me, the most super team of all was the Golden State Warriors, right? Like, now there was some super teams before that, but I don't think nobody would beat in that team healthy. It's just what it is, man. Come playoff time, I don't think nobody would beat in that team healthy. That to me was a super team. You had Steph, Clay, and Durant, and they all fit perfect. That's why the Brooklyn Nets is a super team, but you're still like, yeah. You got the little minor reservations there. With Golden State, you was like, it's over. The only thing that stopped them was injuries and the little friction between Durant and KD that now they're trying to blame on the organization, which makes no damn sense. But hey, I digress. But let me say this, Shaq, I get where Shaq is coming from. You know, I definitely get where he's coming from. But what I don't like is this new era talk. Right, like it's always this constant competition. Oh man, but back in the day, this wouldn't have happened back then. This wouldn't have happened back then. Let's be honest, half of y'all wouldn't have made it today. You're not athletic. You wasn't athletic enough. I'm not talking about Shaq. I don't know how Shaq would have been in this era. Yeah, you could have dumped it down. You could have dumped it down to him. He probably would have done it like he did then. But a person like Giannis, we're gonna be flying from everywhere blocking his shots. Now he might not have been able to back him down, but he wasn't gonna sky hook over him. You see what I'm saying? It's a different era now. This is a more super team friendly era. Hell, I liked it what? Before the Brooklyn Nets got that trio together. Right before that happened, I was like, oh man, we back in the duos now. You had LeBron and AD, Kyrie Durant, Dame and McCollum. Who else? You had Kawhi and Paul George. You had yeah, that was it. But you had your duos, and I love that. The duos going at each other. Oh, that's prime. That's my perfect era. I love that. But then what happens if once one team do it, you gotta counteract it or roll over. it's sort of like it's sort of like the domino effect. Damn, Brooklyn went and did this now. We got to see, man. We got to come up with something. Now, I don't want the super team thing to work out. Honestly, I don't want it to work out. I love the duos. You don't need 3 superstars on a team. I get it. But it's just the era we live in now. You living in a more players got more control. And if you ask me, I think players got more control now than ever. But that's also because they put that together. Like, let's be honest, LeBron kind of facilitated that a little bit. Like, he kind of took that on and say, man, I can go play with my friends or play with my guys and stuff like that and then form these super teams. I'm not a fan of super teams, as I said 100 times in this video. But what I will say is players do have more control today. And it's a different time. I don't like the super team. So I'm not against Shaq at all. But what I'm not gonna do is just try to act like I'm not gonna say I don't respect the guys. Like, these guys are good, man. They're good players and they want to play with each other. I miss the competition. I miss watching the best go at the best. But at the same time, man, I get it. I get what Shaq is saying. Now I don't know how. I don't think he could have went and played with Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Where's he gonna? Who gonna come off the bench? Because you're not playing all 3 of them at one time. Like, sorry, somebody coming off the bench. It ain't none one of those guys coming off the bench. I think what has happened, what you do notice in today's NBA, because it's not so big man dominant, you can have those super teams like that because you can nowadays a 1 is a 2, a 2 is a 1, so you can kind of play that, Like, you look at KD, that fit perfectly. You got Steph, Clay, KD, boom. It was a slot. He just slid right in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I don't think you could have I don't think Tim Duncan, David Robinson, and Shaq is not gonna work. Ain't nobody coming off the bench on that one. That's for one. So, but I do get what Shaq is saying, man. This super team era has lost a little respect, in my opinion. But at the same time, it is what it is. I wouldn't call it lazy though. I wouldn't call it lazy. I don't think people are like, I'm gonna get this super team and I'm gonna sit back and relax. No. I wouldn't say all that. They just, hey man, let's give ourselves the ultimate chance to win. Before there was pride in the grind. Like Giannis is uber excited about the simple fact that hey, I did this. I didn't get a super team. I did this on my own. I went through the grind. I went through the struggle. That's where his come from, and that's why he is getting elevated as probably the best player in the league right now. You got the Kevin Durant argument. I get it. It's a great argument, but Giannis did it with lesser talent. It is what it is, man. So, hey, but yeah, Shaq, I agree, but don't forget you was on a super team too. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, man, you guys be good.